recording now. How has the Quizlet gone? I know it's like I said, it's a little bit challenging probably, especially if you're not used to this stuff. If it's new for you, I think for many of you that this isn't that new though. Nico, did you get a chance to look at those flashcards yet from this
Yep.
week? Yeah.
Yep, wrote all down.
Good. Do you understand many of the words? Do you understand how those words work?
Yeah, some of them. Some of them, like, I can't pronounce right.
Okay.
But I know what they mean. I know what they mean about them.
Okay. Sounds good. Johnny, how about you? Pretty easy for you?
It's not that hard, but sometimes I get a little mixed up.
Yep. Okay. Andrew, how about you?
Not too hard. It's okay, but it's still a little bit complicated.
Yeah, I'm like I said, remember, I'm not teaching you like you're in middle school. I'm teaching you like you guys want to learn Spanish and you want to learn to be able to speak it somewhat quickly. So that's part of the reason why I'm pushing it a little bit. Tammy, was it is it easy for you?
Así.
Así, muy bien. Muy bien. So we'll just get right back into it. And I'm sharing my screen now. We left off yesterday on word 20, on card 22, I think. La mujer loca limpia la casa rápidamente. Remember, mente is like putting. Whoa. Hold on. Let me turn down my audio here. Limpiamente or rápidamente. Mente is like putting an ly on the end of a word, which is turning it into an adverb. So this doesn't have to agree. Rápidamente doesn't have to agree with casa because it's really talking about cleaning. It's an adverb. It's not an adjective. So adjectives have to agree with the nouns that they modify or that they talk about, but adverbs do not. So la mujer loca, notice the word mujer is feminine. So loca is also feminine. La mujer loca. Limpia, it's limpia because it's a girl. I'm sorry, it's third person. It's not me. I'm not talking about me. That would be limpio. I'm not talking to her. That would be limpias. And I'm talking about her. So it's about someone else. La mujer loca limpia la casa rápidamente. Next one. Nosotros ya terminamos. Notice this word ya that does not say yo. It says ya. Ya means already or just, or it could mean even still sometimes. It's kind of a word that means a lot of different things depending on when you say it. So nosotros ya terminamos. Sorry, let me try that again. Nosotros ya terminamos. Nosotros ya terminamos. Notice how I'm pronouncing it several times, and I'm thinking about what it means, but I'm not pronouncing the English. I'm only pronouncing the Spanish. Did I lose Tammy? She'll come back. I think she can maybe hear me, but she can't see me. That's fine. Nosotros ya terminamos. Okay, we're going to get to the harder ones in a second here. The ones that have two verbs in it. So here we go. Here's another somewhat simple one, although there's lots of words. El chico inteligente trabaja, works, con computadoras. Remember, con means with. El chico inteligente trabaja con computadoras. The intelligent boy works with computers. El chico inteligente trabaja con computadoras. Johnny, how would you say the smart girl works with computers?
La chica inteligente trabaja con computadoras.
Very good. The only words that change are the first two. La chica inteligente trabaja con computadoras. Let's see. Nico, how would you say the intelligent boys work with computers?
El chico.
Careful, this would be plural. How would I make it? I'll start you off. Los chicos
Los chicos
What do you have to do with this word? Inteligente.
inteligente.
Inteligentes. That has to become plural also. You have to make that agree. Los chicos inteligentes. Los chicos inteligentes. And what would happen to this word? Would that change or would that still be the same?
I think it will still be the same.
Trabaja means that it's one person that you're talking about, but we're really going to be talking about more than one person. So do you remember how to make that plural? Los chicos inteligentes. You put a letter at the end of that word. Do you remember what the letter is? And it's not an S.
It is a R.
Well,
It's
putting an R there would mean to work, but we want to conjugate it. We want to change it so we're talking about more than one person. Los chicos inteligentes trabajan. It's an N. You put an N there. Los chicos inteligentes trabajan con computadoras. That was a tricky one, Nico. I shouldn't have asked you that one. That was a hard question. Andrew, you ready for this one?
Sure.
Andrew, how would you say we work with computers?
Nosotros trabajamos con los computadoras.
Close. It would be nosotros, not trabajos. It would be, how would I make this we work? How do I say we work?
Trabajas.
That's you work. Look at what I'm doing. Trabajo, trabajas, trabaja,
Vamos.
trabajamos. Good. Trabajamos. We work. So it would be nosotros trabajamos con computadoras. Nosotros trabajamos con computadoras. Got it? Let's try the next one. La mujer simpática, the nice woman, ayuda a la mujer vieja hacia su cuarto. The nice woman, la mujer simpática, ayuda, helps, a la mujer vieja, the old woman, hacia su cuarto, toward her room. Su means her. Mi cuarto would be my room. Tu cuarto, no accent mark on the U. Tu cuarto would mean your room. Su cuarto could mean his or her room. It also could mean their room. And we'll talk about that later. We'll get to that a little bit later. Su cuarto. Su could mean his, it could mean her, or it could mean their. So again, la mujer simpática, the nice woman, ayuda, helps, a la mujer vieja, the old woman, hacia su cuarto, toward her room. Does anybody remember why I had to put this letter A there, the word a? Anybody remember that? I told you about it yesterday in the lesson. Anyone? Anyone want to guess? This is called this now a could mean two, but it doesn't mean two here. This word does not mean two.
It means at.
It doesn't mean at either. Because all I said is the nice woman helps the old woman. I didn't say at the old woman or to the old woman. I said the nice woman helps the old woman. What this is called is a personal Andrew, I don't think you were here yesterday, and you didn't get a chance to watch the video yet, so I wouldn't expect you to know that. I just now posted the video like 10 minutes ago from yesterday's meeting. But what that right there is called the personal And the reason you have to use that is because a person was the direct object of the sentence. If you're speaking in Spanish and a person is the direct object of a sentence, then you have to put the word a in front of it. There's no translation in English because we don't do that. But what that does is it just indicates to the listener that you're talking about a person. So la mujer simpática ayuda a la mujer vieja hacia su cuarto. So if I wanted to say the nice woman helps the car toward its space, Like, let's say that she's, at a church parking lot directing traffic. The nice woman helps the car toward its place. I would not have to say in front of car, because the word car is not a person. So the direct object, which is car, is not a person, and you don't need the personal in that instance. Okay? Again, I'm previewing some concepts. You don't have to worry too much about that, but I will continue to preview those as we see them. Here's the next one. La gente llega sin problema. The people arrive without a problem. I could have said sin un problema if I wanted to, but sin problema is fine. Remember, the word problema is masculine, even though it looks feminine. It's got an A at the end. It's un problema. But in this case, it sounds good not to say the word un in there. The people arrive. Also notice that people is plural. It's a plural concept, but since it's a singular word, we use the singular conjugation. We don't say llegan, putting an N at the end, we say llega. Okay? Next, viajamos de Chicago. Hold on one second. Sorry. My office is right next to the door where kids come in and scream and yell. All right. Viajamos. Who are we talking about if I say viajamos? Nico. If I say viajamos, who am I talking about?
Like the
How many
plane?
people? Well, that's true. I'm talking about the plane, but am I talking about one person traveling or more than one person traveling?
More than one person.
That's right. And who's included in that?
A red plane.
That's right. You're right. A red plane is. But I am included. When you see an MOS at the end of a verb, that means that I'm talking about me and other people. So that means we travel. We travel. Viajamos means we travel. Hey, what does Dora always say? She always says, vamos. What does vamos mean? Let's go. She actually says vámonos, but it's vamos and nos kind of combined together, that word. So vámonos is like saying, let's go. So when you see amos at the end, or an emos or amos at the end of a word, it means we do something. So we travel de Chicago a Bogotá en un avión rojo. We travel from Chicago to Bogota in a red airplane. Could you figure out that avión means airplane? Y'all figure that out?
Yep.
Good. That's what we call using. I purposely put a word in there that you haven't learned yet because I want you guys to practice listening to phrases, even though you don't know every word. Since you know most of the words, you can kind of figure out the other one. Okay? Good job. Next, los estudiantes me escuchan a veces. Los estudiantes, the students, me escuchan a veces. Why is this verb escuchan? Tammy, why is it escuchan, not escucho?
Oh, me?
Tammy. Sorry, Tammy.
Oh.
Unmute, Tammy, when you talk. I think Tammy might. Oh, here we go.
Got it.
There you go.
Okay.
Why is it escuchan?
Because it's more than one student, so we use the plural, which is an conjugation.
That's right. Los estudiantes. So here's what I'm saying. The students listen. I'm saying the students listen sometimes. And who am I talking about them listening to?
Me.
I'm talking about them listening to me. So remember, when we want to say they listen to me, I put me in front of escuchan. Me escuchan means they listen to me. This is a direct object pronoun, me escuchan. So if I said me entiendes, oh, you don't know that word yet. Me comprendes, what am I saying? Me comprendes?
I understand.
Understand.
I'm asking you, comprendes. I put an ES on the end. So I'm saying, Do you understand me? ¿Me comprendes?
Sí.
What would you say in response? You would say,
Yo
te.
te comprendo.
Good, very good, Tammy. Te comprendo. So, me comprendes? Do you understand me? Sí, te comprendo. You change both of those words. I understand you. But notice that in English, we do it in the opposite order. In English, we put the objects after the verbs, but in Spanish, they put the objects, at least the pronouns, in front of the verbs. So, me escuchan, they listen to me, a veces, sometimes. How do you say they listen to us? If you were here yesterday, let's see. Andrew, you were here yesterday, yes?
Yes.
Andrew, how do you say they listen to us?
Is it a group of boys or a group of girls?
Doesn't matter. Oh, I see, because you want to say ellos or ellas. You don't even have to say ellos or ellas. Just give me the two words you need. Two words, only two words. Like me escuchan means they listen to me. So what two words would mean they listen to us? You only need to replace one of these words. This means they listen to me.
May.
How do you say they listen to us? Do you remember I taught you that word yesterday?
Ustedes.
Good try. No, it's like nosotros, but shorter.
Nuestros. No, nos.
Nos, very good. Nuestros means our. Nos means us. It's the pronoun. Good. So it'd be nos escuchan. If you just said nos escuchan, that means they listen to us. Nos escuchan. How do you say I listen to you? I listen to you. Just give me two words. I listen to you. Johnny, how do you say I listen to you?
Sorry, I'm thinking.
That's okay. How do you say I listen?
Yo escucho.
Good. So how do you say I listen to you? Get rid of yo. You don't need yo.
Okay.
How do you say to you?
Te escucho.
Perfect. Te escucho. Te escucho. I listen to you. Te escucho. How do you say you listen to me? You listen to me. I'll hold on. I'll pick someone else. You listen to me. Tammy, you try it. You listen to me.
Te escuchas.
Very good. Oh, sorry. Close.
No, okay.
Te escuchas
Me
is you listen.
escuchas.
Very good.
Me
Te escuchas is you listen to yourself.
Yeah, okay.
Me escuchas is you listen to me. So I could say, me escuchas? You listening to me? Me escuchas? Are you listening to me? That would be the way I would ask that question to you. Now, if I was talking to all of you guys as a class, I would say, me escuchan, clase? Me escuchan? Are you guys listening to me, class? Me escuchan. I would say escuchan because I'm referring to all of you as ustedes. Are you all listening to me? Now, if I was in Spain, I would say me escucháis. Are you all listening to me? Because that's the plural form of two in many parts of Spain. But again, I'm not going to focus too much on that right now. Next, here we go into some trickier ones. Necesitas decidir. Who am I talking about if I say necesitas? What's the subject implied?
You.
You, very good. You need decidir. You need to decide qué camino tomar. All right. Question number one. How many verbs do I have in this sentence? Andrew, how many verbs do I have in this sentence?
3.
Very good. They're all capitalized. 1, 2, 3. Which of those is conjugated? Nico, which of those three verbs is conjugated? 1, 2, or 3?
Tomorrow. 3.
3, you think tomorrow is conjugated?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about what it means to be conjugated again. There's
No. First one.
the first one. Very good. It's the first one. Remember, a verb that ends in an AR, ER, or IR, those are the three types of verbs. Those are called infinitives, and that means that they haven't been conjugated yet. We don't know who we're talking about. But when you put an ending on it, when you conjugate it, that means that gives it a meaning for a tense and a mood and a person. So the person is second person. I'm talking to you. It's present tense, indicative mood. So I'm just stating, you need, that's what necesitas mean. You need to decide. See how I didn't say you decide? You need to decide. That's what decidir means, to decide what path to take. See how I didn't, just like English, see how I didn't conjugate these verbs right here? To decide and to take. In English, a verb is not conjugated. It's in the infinitive form if the word to is in front of it. You need to decide which path to take. Got it? That was a little tricky. Let's go to the next one. El perro necesita comer ahora. El perro necesita comer ahora. The dog needs to eat now. All right, here we go. You ready? I want you to change that sentence to say, the dogs need to eat now. The dogs. Think about what you would say. Everyone think about it. Actually do this for me. In your chat box over on the right, see underneath it says to who? I want you only to send it to me. Only send it to me, and I want you to send your answer to me so you guys can't see each other's answers. So change the to just me, and then type in what you think the answer is. Again, I want you to translate, the dogs need to eat now. And I'll start you out. It would be los. This first word would be los. You don't have to worry about the upside down exclamation point. That's kind of tricky to do. The dogs need to eat now.
The whole thing, just the dog.
Tammy, good job. You put 2 S's in necesita, but that's okay. Johnny, good job. Andrew, good try. You were close. You put the verb was wrong. What should the verb be, Andrew? So here's the right answer. I'm going to type it out for you. Los perros necesitan comer ahora. Los perros necesitan comer ahora. The dogs need. Remember, to make this plural, I say los. To make this plural, I say perros. To make this plural, I put an N on the end, not an S. What does putting an S on the end to this word do to it? Andrew, what does putting an S on the end? What does necesitas mean? Let's look at the last example. Yeah, it means you need, right? How do you say they need? How do you make it plural? How do you make a verb in the present tense plural? You don't add an S.
Necesitan.
Very good. You add an N. All right. Nico, did you get that? Los perros necesitan comer ahora.
I think I did.
All right, good. Next, ella canta mucho. She sings a lot. Aunque nadie le escuchan. She sings a lot, even though nadie le escuchan. No one Oh, you know what? I made a mistake. I have to edit this. It shouldn't be escuchan, it should be escucha. Can someone tell me why? Nadie is a singular idea. You remember we were talking about that? Singular and plural? The word nadie is singular. It means no one. How do we say it in English? No one listen or no one listens? We say no one listens. Billy listens. No one listens. It's a singular word. So this should be a singular verb. Aunque nadie le escucha. And notice le here is referring, what do you think le is referring to?
Her.
Very good. Her. Very good. How do you say no one listens to me? Nadie.
May.
Very good. Nadie me escucha. How do you say no one listens to us? Nadie
Nos escucha.
nos escucha. Are you all getting that? Nadie nos escucha. How do you say no one listens to them? This is trickier. No one listens to them. Nadie.
Les escuchan.
Very good. Now, Johnny already knows this because he learned this before. But do you see how all you do is make this plural? Le becomes les.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So the direct object pronouns, we've learned all of them now. I'm going to go back and check out Study Spanish real quick, and you guys can see. Remember, this is good. This is like our textbook. I would encourage you even to get to pay for the $10 a month option to have the full to be able to look at everything. But if you look at, we're actually in Unit 2 when we talk about, actually, no, we're in Unit 4. Direct object pronouns is what we're talking about, and there's several direct object pronouns. Actually, those are indirect object pronouns even. So we're even further. We're over here like in lesson 46. So the indirect object pronouns are right here. Me, te, and le. Nos, os, if you're in Spain, and les. So nadie me escucha, no one listens to me. Nadie te escucha, no one listens to you. Nadie le escucha, no one listens to him or her. Nadie nos escucha, no one listens to us. And nadie les escucha, no one listens to them or to you all in formal or you all familiar in Spain. Or I'm sorry, in somewhere else. All right, so again, notice what we did there. I'm jumping around in the textbook. We're in Unit 4. Why are we in Unit 4? Because pronouns are used all the time. You hear people use pronouns, direct and indirect object pronouns, all the time. Me gusta. Have you heard me gusta? You ever heard me gusta?
I like.
That's right. Me gusta uses an indirect object pronoun. Me means to me. Gusta means it is pleasing. So when you say me gusta la pizza, you're saying the pizza is pleasing to me. Me gusta la pizza. The pizza pleases me. I'm jumping ahead of myself right now. Let's stop doing that. All right, let's finish these last 9 cards here. Ella corre los lunes. She runs on Mondays. That's how you'd say on Mondays. Los lunes. Lunes means Monday. Pero nunca corre. She never runs los viernes. Ella corre los lunes, pero nunca corre los viernes. How would you say I run on Mondays? I run on Mondays. Let's see. Tammy, I run on Mondays.
Corro. Corro.
That's right. Corro. Good.
Corro. See.
Try to roll that R. Corro los
Corro.
lunes.
Los lunes.
Muy bien.
Corro los lunes.
Good. And it's okay if you don't exactly roll it. It's fine. But try. You'll get better. The more you do it, you'll get better at it. Corro los lunes. Johnny, how do you say we run on Mondays?
Nosotros corremos los lunes.
Very good. Corremos los lunes. You don't even have to say nosotros. You can, but you don't have to. How do you say, Andrew, how do you say they run on Mondays?
Corren los lunes.
Very good. Corren los lunes. Very good. And Nico, how do you say you run on Mondays? You run. You're talking to someone else, one other person.
Te corre los
I think you said it right. Corres. I couldn't quite hear you. Corres los lunes. You run. Corres los lunes. All right. You run. Corres. All right. Next. Visito. Notice how I put the stress on that second I. Visito. Who am I talking about when I say visito? Everyone, who am I talking about?
Me.
Talking about myself. Very good. I visit. Visito a la mujer vieja. Hey, wait a minute. What's this right here?
It's a girl. It's a person.
It's the personal a. Very good. Visito a la mujer vieja. I visit the old woman para tomarle flores. All right, I'm going to teach you another little trick here. Remember we talked about the infinitive phrase before, antes de comer or something like that? Antes de comer, remember? Before eating. Well, here's another infinitive phrase. Para tomar, when you put para in front of an infinitive, it means in order to something. So I say, I visit the old woman in order to take, and did you notice what I did there? I put le on the end of the infinitive. Do you see that? That's that indirect object pronoun. So remember, we talked about how you put them in front of conjugated verbs, but if you don't conjugate the verb, you can actually attach it directly to the end of the verb, of the infinitive. So that's what's happening right there, and I won't talk more about that now. I'm just pointing that out to you. Visito a la mujer vieja. I visit the old woman para tomarle flores, in order to take her. That's her. That le means her. Flores. So I'm going to ask a tricky question. I'm going to change this to say, I visit you in order to take you flowers. Does anyone want to try to do that? I visit you in order to take you flowers. Anyone want to try it? I'll do the first part, which is probably the hard part. How do I say I visit you? Two words. Two words. Te visito. Remember, I visit you would be te visito. You see, I put the te in front. Te visito para. Now, how would I say to bring you?
Tomar tus
Close, not tus.
or te.
Very good.
Tomarte,
Para
so-
tomarte flores. Para tomarte flores. Te visito. I'll type it in. Te visito para tomarte flores. Te visito para tomarte flores. How would you say, you visit me to take me flowers? You visit me in order to take me flowers. This is a tricky one. I don't expect you to get it right, but if you do, I'll be very happy. Want to type that in? Go ahead and type it in. See if you guys get close to it. You visit me in order to take me flowers. All right, here comes the right answer. Go ahead and submit your answers. You can do it to everybody or just to me. It doesn't really matter. but I'm going to type the correct answer for everybody. Here it is. Let's see how close you got. Me visitas. Remember, we're saying you visit me, so I would have to change this to visitas, right? Because the as ending when you're talking to somebody. Me visitas para tomarme flores. You visit me in order to take me flowers. Johnny got it right. Good job, Johnny. You're cheating though. You've already learned this before, but that's good. That's advanced stuff. That's lesson 4 material, which usually would come like at the second half of a class, not the very beginning. So if you don't understand this, don't get frustrated. It's okay. Andrew, you're going to learn it next year in the second part of your Spanish if you haven't already learned it. But it's good to know it ahead of time. Does it make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yep.
If you're completely confused, it's okay. I can't really totally gauge your faces. If I was in a class, then I would be able to see a little bit more easily and be able to read if you guys are totally lost or not. All right, here we go. Next one. El padre no salta. The dad doesn't jump, pero los otros sí saltan. El padre no salta, pero los otros sí saltan. Notice again what I'm doing. I'm reading this several times, looking at the picture. I'm understanding what it means, but I'm not repeating that in my head. I'm just understanding what I'm saying. El padre no salta. El padre no salta. El padre no salta. Pero los otros sí saltan. Pero los otros sí saltan. Now, I don't have to say the word sí, but you can say it to put more emphasis on it. You see how I said don't jump? I say no saltan. Remember, in English, when I ask a question, I say do you understand me? In Spanish, you don't say the word do. You just say you understand? ¿Me entiendes? You understand me? You don't say do you understand me? You just say you understand me? Also, when you're saying do not, when you say do not jump, you don't say do not, you just say no. No means do not in this case. El padre no salta, pero los otros sí saltan. El padre no salta, the dad doesn't jump, pero los otros, but the others do jump, or the others yes jump. So this is almost like saying do. When I say sí saltan, it's like me saying do jump. Listen to the English. But the others jump means the same thing as but the others do jump. I'm putting the word do in there just gives it more emphasis or more meaning. It kind of mirrors this, doesn't jump, right? Make sense? Next, mis amigos divertidos bailan tanto cuando toca la música. Again, break it up into sections. Mis amigos divertidos bailan. Mis amigos divertidos bailan. See why I'm saying that? Mis amigos divertidos bailan tanto cuando toca la música. Tanto means so much. Cuando, when, toca la música. Now, I could have said la música toca. That would have been fine. Some of you are probably wondering, could you say la música toca? Could you mix those things up? And the answer is yes. It would sound fine if you said, mis amigos bailan tanto cuando la música toca. That would sound totally fine. But it also sounds totally fine to mix them up in this case. Okay, so sometimes it sounds okay to mix up the subject and the verb, and this is one of those cases and I'm not sure how to explain why or when, but I want to give you as many of those examples as I can. All right, next. Algunas personas viven mientras otras no viven. Algunas personas viven mientras otras no viven. Why did I say otras and not otros? Can someone tell me why I said otras and not otros?
Because people is feminine.
That's right. Very good, Tammy. Because people is feminine. Algunas personas. So what I'm missing here is the word personas, but that's the implied word, so it has to agree with it. Good job. Next, we're going to finish these quickly. Me preguntas. You ask me. Y te contesto. And I answer you. See how I'm using the direct object or the object pronouns, whether they're direct or indirect. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but either way, those are the same. Me and te are both direct or indirect. El hombre flojo, the lazy man, mira la televisión, watches the television, porque, because, nunca trabaja. El hombre flojo mira la televisión porque nunca trabaja. The lazy man watches the TV because he never works. Pago la cuenta. I pay the bill. Aunque no comemos la comida. Hey, who's the subject of this verb right here? What's
Me.
the subject, everyone?
Myself.
I pay. Yo, I pay. You don't have to say yo, but you know I'm talking about it. Well, now who's the subject?
We.
We. Now the subject is we. So this says, I pay the bill even though we don't eat the food. Sometimes you go to a nasty restaurant. If you're the the richest one in the bunch, you got to pay the bill even though you hated the food and you didn't eat it. Just sometimes that happens. All right, last one.
I'll have to ask for a refund.
Yeah, you could. La camisa morada. This is my favorite sentence. La camisa morada casi me queda. Almost fits me. Pero no me interesa. Do you see how I'm using the object pronouns again in front of the verb? La camisa morada casi me queda, almost fits me, pero no me interesa, but doesn't interest me. Casi me queda. How about if I was talking to him and this dude comes walking into the room? How would I say, the purple shirt almost fits you? How would I say almost fits you? La camisa morada casi te queda. Very good. It would be casi te queda, almost fits you. You wouldn't have to change this word because that word is talking about the purple shirt. Pero no, and then I could maybe ask the question, ¿te interesa? Does it interest you? ¿Te gusta? Do you like it? All right. All right, that was the rest of those words. Hopefully you got noticed that was kind of a hefty set of vocabulary that I put together in sentence form, and that's why I wanted to give you these video lessons so you guys can listen to them and go back and watch them at your own leisure and learn the grammar points that I taught you through this lesson. You can watch that video again. I'll post this one again sometime tomorrow. The one from last night was posted already online, but go ahead and practice these for the rest of this week. Probably, I will probably post one more thing as almost like a test for you. I'll post something as a test for you guys to do.